guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a spa day chit chat video. It is 9 a.m. on December 31st, which means today is New Year's Eve. Tomorrow is New Year's Day. We start a brand new year, an entire new year for you to do whatever it is you've been holding off on doing. If you needed a sign, girl, there it is. Let's go ahead and just get everything on the table and just talk about what's been going on. So much has happened over the past few days that I wanted to talk about, and hopefully we can do that in today's video and just leave it in 2017 where it belongs. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I want to first point out the elephant in the room. Yes, my hair is a fucking mess, but guess what? This is my natural hair. I've got really thick, curly, wavy, very frizzy hair naturally, but I'm not ashamed of it because it's my hair. I love my hair. I know it looks like a mess to some people. Like, girl, you should probably fix your hair before you go on camera, but guess what? This is me. This is me at 9 o'clock in the morning on New Year's Eve, not having a damn thing to do for the rest of the day, so why the fuck do I need to care about my hair? I don't. So if you don't like it, don't watch. So for today's mask, I'm going to go with my Ride or Die. This is my all-time favorite mask, year in, year out. This is the mask I go to. If you've ever wondered, I noticed people were asking me on my last video, girl, your skin's so nice. It really isn't. Like, this is my skin naturally. Like, this is what you have to work with. All that is makeup, baby, okay? I'm just being real as fuck with you guys. I use the Freeman Feeling Beautiful Avocado and Oatmeal Clay Mask. I'm not going to say anything else about this mask. I've talked about it so many times on my channel. You guys know how much I love this mask. Can we just talk about how weird things are right now across the drama community? I mean, I'm not specifically like geared toward the drama community. I do talk about things that involve drama, but I don't consider myself to be just a drama channel. I consider myself to be kind of like a beauty channel. But I feel like the drama community is such a weird place right now because from Martin Lewis's channel being taken down, which he did mention in a live stream on YouNow, he mentioned that it wasn't because of anything to do with JK or that situation. At least he says it's not. He said it was because there was a mix-up of information on his personal profile, and he's 100% sure he's going to be getting his profile back for YouTube in the next few days. Whether it happens, I don't know. No idea. From that, we have the Sanders Kennedy versus Karina Kaboom situation where he tweeted on Twitter and also made a video on his YouTube channel that I'm pretty sure is not deleted, asking for people to help him figure out what Karina's information was, her last name, number, things like that, so the NYPD could find her, because apparently the NYPD was looking for her because of the things she had said towards Sanders. There's so much that has happened, and that situation was kind of like, damn, like what the fuck? Obviously, I really do hope that justice is served because what she said was fucking disgusting. And I really do hope that she is made an example of because we cannot allow this shit to happen. YouTube is not made for the bullshit that those two, JK and KK, they spew so much bullshit. We cannot allow that shit to fly anymore. It cannot happen anymore. I don't know why YouTube has allowed this behavior for so long. When it comes to KK and JK, I don't understand it. They still have yet to take action against JK. And I'm guessing it's because you guys have made it clear in the comment section that the reason why YouTube hasn't really said anything or done anything yet as far as JK is because he was smart and did upload the video originally against Peter Montt on his main channel, but then moved it from his main channel to his second channel because his first channel, his main channel, already has 2 strikes. We all know that. So in moving the video to his second channel, he was avoiding that 3rd strike that he knew he would have gotten. Because he even mentioned it on Twitter. I'm gonna get in trouble. I might get in trouble for this or whatever the case may be. He mentioned getting in trouble on Twitter. So he knew what would have happened if that video would have stayed on his main channel. But he moved it so it wouldn't happen to him. So he was thinking ahead about that shit. That's premeditated. That's fucked up. I personally hope that YouTube will do the right thing and look past the fact that he did upload to a channel that has no strikes on it, and they will treat it as if he did upload it to his main channel because that second channel has no other videos. None. And you can leave it as enlisted all you want, but it's still there. That video is still there. I'm hoping YouTube will smarten the fuck up because they've been annoying the shit out of everybody for so long from this busted ass adpocalypse, which honestly, I understand the majority of why they did what they did and what had happened. I get it. But now you have shit like this where you are doing nothing about something that should be acted on. Like, no actions have been taken against people like JK for the hateful things they do. Countless other people, even the big influencers, Manny MUA has had quite a few videos demonetized in the past for complete bullshit. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And they blame it on the algorithm that it's still learning. At least address the thousands of complaints from people, not just people in the drama community. This is no longer just the drama community sounding off on this issue. This is now both communities, from drama to beauty. All the influencers, those influencers who make you money, YouTube, are even talking against it. I mean, look at these tweets. Something needs to be done. This is ridiculous. If we do not nip this in the bud now and make an example of these two and show people that you're not gonna get away with this shit, then we're gonna have so many more people watching this shit unfold and seeing JK and KK get away with all their behavior. And they're gonna be like, well, they got away with it, why can't I? And we'll have 10 more JKs and 20 more KKs. I should probably start putting my face mask on. That would be productive, wouldn't it? I did also see a few comments from people asking me to cover the It's Josh show, whatever his name is, bullshit. I'm not going to, because obviously the issue has been resolved. Apparently, according to what people have been retweeting, Here for the Tea had gotten a hold of Josh, and apparently he is perfectly fine. And apparently the entire thing was just a joke or a hoax or something like that. And people are pissed, rightfully so. You know what I mean? Like, it was fucked up what had happened. I did look into a little bit of it and saw, like, the basics of everything, so I don't really know the in-depth version of anything. I never watched this person's channel. I never watched a video from them. So I don't know who this person is. I didn't know who they were before this whole thing happened. But apparently there was a series of tweets from this person that were really alarming. People who were devout watchers of this person's channel went and got worried and tweeted about it, and there was just an entire thread of people who are like, what the fuck is going on? Days go by, this person says nothing, the channel is deleted, like they can't get a hold of anybody. Out of nowhere, Here for the Tea is able to get a hold of him, and it comes out that it's a scam. So I'm not going to mention that channel. Whatever happened, happened. It's fucked up. If it was a hoax, it's a fucked up hoax to do. But from what I'm seeing, I really do think they were trying to make their channel relevant as someone who was being attacked, especially with the terms they used. As we all know, what has happened to Peter Mon recently, because this channel was looking into JK and his cosmetic line. The way I see it, I feel like this person was trying to, like, make themselves relevant in the situation as someone who's being attacked for looking into JK and his bullshit, you know what I mean? So that's what I see it as. Maybe that's just me being, you know, I don't know, naive or insensitive, but that's just the way I see things. So yeah, that's it on that. I'm really adding a lot of this onto my face in the areas like right here where my pores are the worst, because this stuff is so good at really diminishing the look of your pores. So I try to concentrate it on areas where my pores are most visible. Mask is on. Let's get into the rest of the video. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's gonna happen with Karina. From what I heard last, apparently according to Sanders' Twitter, he mentioned that they did get the information they needed to find Karina, and they would update everybody as soon as they knew anything else. So we'll see what happens. So now for the, like, mushy part, I guess. I wanted to say a few things about changing and the ability for people to change from who they were maybe in the past few weeks, in the past few years, whatever the case may be. I 100% believe people have the ability to change who they are as a person. I truly believe in change because I myself went through a dramatic change from who I used to be to who I am now. I also wanted to go ahead and use a moisturizer because my skin is really dry. I'm using this new body cream from Bath & Body Works. This is the Amber and Argan with Pure Argan Oil Body Cream. I picked this up a few weeks ago in my last Giant haul, which is going to be another one because I got another coupon. They sent me one more of these. I'm going to go ham. I've seen a few comments from you guys asking me to do a Bath & Body Works collection, and there were so many comments from people on my video talking about what had happened between Peter Mon and JK, but there were so many people making comments about my collection. Like, can you do a collection video? Like, oh my god, your collection's so big. I will. If you want to see a collection video, I will happily do one for you. I did do one last year, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was last year, actually. Or not even that, the year before that, actually. In December, I did one of my entire Bath & Body Works Victoria's Secret collection. So if you are interested in that, of course, I will do that for you guys. But let me know, and I will do it for you guys in the next few weeks. But like I said, I really do believe heavily in a person's ability to change who they are, to change their situation. I believe that if you are displeased with where you are as of right now in life, if you are not happy with the path you are on currently, you have every opportunity, every chance, every ability to get off that path and choose a different one for yourself. Now, whether that path is a more positive path or a negative path, that's up to you. It's based on your decisions and what you choose to do on that path. But ultimately, what you're on as far as a path right now is not permanent. That is the greatest thing about life. Nothing is constant. Everything changes. You know what I mean? And you have the ability to change as much as life changes in a split second. You have that same ability. So it's all about what you decide to do for yourself. With that being said, one of the greatest gifts a person could ever give another person is their forgiveness. And I say that because I myself can tell you right now from personal experience, if it wasn't for the unconditional love of my family, the unconditional love and kindness and understanding of both my friends and family that I used to have before I get into this next subject here, if it wasn't for them seeing the person that I was trying to be, trying to make a change of myself, trying to become a better person, if it wasn't for that and for their blind faith in me that I would become a better person if they gave me the forgiveness I was looking for, which they were not obligated whatsoever to forgive me for anything I did, because I was involved for a very long time in a group of people who was very, very trashy. They did a lot of very bad things. These are people who would jump random people, complete strangers for no reason, people who would steal things from people who would break into houses, people who would break into cars. Like, these are people who are so looked down upon now, in my life at least. I look at them and I feel pity for them. I feel sorry for them that they feel they need to do those kind of things in order to get ahead in life. But for a very long time, on the subject of co-signing, I co-signed their bullshit because I stayed quiet about it. And that's what I wanted to talk about right now. If it wasn't for my family's unconditional love for me and understanding that I'm not who I was back then, I don't know where I'd be. If I didn't get the forgiveness that I was so desperate for from all the people who I cared most about, but that I let go of because I wanted to be with this specific group of people, I don't know what I would do. If I had fucked things up so badly and they saw it as being so unforgivable that they would just ignore me and not ever give me the forgiveness that I wanted so badly from them, and they didn't accept me for who I was and accept the fact that I wasn't who I was and I was trying to make a change, I don't know where I'd be. I would be a fucking mess if I knew. I permanently ruined any chance of a relationship that I could have with my family again because of my blind following of these trashy, despicable people. This is a tweet that I posted yesterday on Twitter. One of the worst things you could do to somebody who is actively trying to change who they are, actively trying to change the situation they were in, actively trying to change their lives and make a better life for themselves, the worst thing you could do to them, to those people who have already apologized and owned up to their fuck-ups, is use those same things they've apologized for and owned up to against them, day in and day out, and throw it in their face constantly, all the time. Well, you did this, and you hung out with this person, you did all this, and this, and this, and this, and you did all that. That is the worst thing you could do to a person who is actively trying to change their life. I thank God that my friends and family, the people who I literally would just ditch to hang out with these trashy ass low-life pieces of shit, I'm thankful that they were able to look at me as the individual and not part of the group, because for the longest time I really did see myself as part of that group, and it was not just us as individuals, it was us as a group, and we were seen that way, and it was a negative thing on my end because I was never just Ashley. I was Ashley, who was a part of that trashy ass group who did all these bad things, and I just sat there and stayed quiet for so long and co-signed the bullshit by not speaking out against it, even though I personally thought it was fucked up, but I didn't say shit. And that was the worst thing I could have ever done, was stay quiet. When all these people who were innocent got jumped, all the people who were innocent got robbed by these people, the people I thought were my best friends, when they would just as quickly turn around if I was a complete stranger and do the same shit to me. Like, I don't know why I didn't realize this earlier on, but I'm so glad now, as an adult with a clear conscience and a clear mind, I look back at those times and I'm like, wow, I was such a dumb bitch. Obviously, there are people who, some people just cannot forgive for their actions, and I understand that. You know, it is what it is. It's all up to you guys to feel how you feel about a certain person. If you can look past what they've done and, you know, move forward with a positive outlook on a friendship between both of you, whether it be a friendship, a relationship, it doesn't matter how you're tied to that person. I mean, it's all up to you on how you react to things. But there are, unfortunately, some people like JK who most people will not be able to look past what they've done. And I'm pretty sure we're at the point now with a situation where, obviously, I'm not the one that needs to be accepting an apology from JK if he ever has the balls to even attempt one for what he's done, because I'm not the one who was directly affected by it. I don't have a horse in this race whatsoever. I'm just saying, as someone on the outside looking in, I don't think if I were in Peter's shoes, but then again, obviously, I'm not as good of a person as Peter was. I don't think I could ever forgive him for what he had done if I were Peter. But that's just me. And as much as I want to say that I try to forgive everybody for things they've done, I don't know what I would have done if it were me in Peter's shoes. I can tell you right now, I really do look up to Peter as a role model when it comes to staying calm. And yes, he had a few videos where he was visibly really upset for obvious reasons. He had every right to be. But I really do look at Peter as a role model when it comes to just taking things with stride, handling things with grace, with patience, with kindness, not getting into the bullshit, to the negativity, and not letting it get to you. I look at him and I'm just like, why can I not be that person? I have always been a hothead. I have always been a very confrontational person. I loved confrontation so much when I was younger and stupid that I would get high off of that shit. Like, if there's ever an issue that no one wants to bring up to me personally, I will go to them and bring it up. If there is ever something that needs to be addressed, I am the first one to be like, bitch, this is what's going on, and I will confront them on it. And if there's ever someone talking shit about me, I confront them on that shit too. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of person I am, and I've always been that way, and it's gotten me in trouble quite a bit. My mouth needs deliverance, y'all. But I am trying to be more mature about things, and like I said, I'm trying to realize that not every action deserves a reaction from me. And with time, I think I will be a professional at it, but as of right now, I'm still learning, and I'm gonna call my own ass out in a couple minutes, okay? I don't know the situations that you guys have personally going on in your life. If maybe this is something that is speaking to you, then obviously there is somebody in your life that you feel these things about and you have been wondering these things about. But whether or not you decide to forgive that person for whatever it is they've done to you, that's up to you. You know what I mean? And I hate the people like JK who try to tell you that, oh, you don't feel sad, you don't feel angry, you don't have no right to feel that way. You have no right to tell people how they feel after what you've done to them. That's bullshit. He did it to Tati in a video. He tried to discredit what she had gone through. He tried to discredit her feelings because the owner of Too Faced was so nice to him and knew who he was. So automatically, whatever she went through went out the window and wasn't factual because it could not be true, possibly, in any realm of existence. It couldn't be true because of how he was treated. And he tried to discredit what she said based off of what he went through, which, that to me is the shittiest thing to do to people. And honestly, I will say this too. If you are someone who has done a shitty thing to somebody, you cannot be mad at them for not forgiving you for those things because they have every right to not forgive you for those things. You know what I mean? Like, the door swings both ways. You know what I mean? It really does, and it's a double-edged sword. So while I do stand by what I said earlier about trying to forgive people for the things they've done if they've apologized and owned up to the shit, you are fully entitled to not forgive them and still move on. And if they feel bad about it, that's on them because they did those shitty actions. It's their fault. They brought it upon themselves, and that's just that. You know what I mean? So that's what I wanted to say about that, but this all ties in and I wanted to mention it because of this. I'm going to briefly tell you guys a story about myself that I think completely ties into my final thought in today's video. So just hang in there with me, okay? When I was a teenager, I was a part of a group of people who were very, very trashy, unfortunately. They were people that, like I said earlier, they would rob random people, innocent people. They would jump innocent people. They would go after people for no reason. They were very, very malicious, very vindictive. They did a lot of very shady and very shitty things. And for the longest time, I stayed quiet and I was friends with all of them. And I co-signed their bullshit for the longest time. Back then, I saw things as good. Life was good. I was always with my best friends. I thought we were all best friends. I really thought these people would be in my life for the rest of my life and they would always be there for me and yada 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 and all this bullshit. And I tried to make excuses as to why I would defend them, why I wouldn't speak against them. But all the excuses I came up with, or at least tried to come up with, none of them ever landed. They never made sense. Ultimately, these people felt like a family to me, which was definitely more appealing to me because my family and I, my father and I, did not see eye to eye whatsoever. He would kick me out because I would hang out with these people, and I never put two and two together to think, like, if I would just drop these worthless fucking people out of my life, not all of them, I'll speak on that in a minute, if I were to just drop these people out of my life and just focus on my friends and my family, I would have such a better life. And in hindsight, your hindsight is always 20/20. We all know that. I see that and I get so mad at myself for devoting myself to people who did not give 5 fucks about me. All they did was give me a negative image of myself because I co-signed their bullshit. I stayed quiet. I wouldn't snitch on them. I wouldn't say shit about anything. I would just sit there and act like everything was peachy keen with rosy ass glasses on. Meanwhile, the world around me was being affected negatively by these people because they would do the most ridiculous, shitty things to innocent people and not blink and lose sleep over it, which made it that much worse. I lost my family because of it. They did not like me. They didn't want me around. My father, who has been there for me my entire life, wouldn't speak to me. He ignored me, wouldn't even acknowledge my existence because I was with these people. The people who were my best friends before these people, they would try to make plans with me and I would blow them off because whatever the crew was doing was so much more appealing to me for whatever reason, which was so stupid looking back at it now, was so much more appealing to me than whatever they were doing when all they wanted to do was go shopping and go to the mall, go to the beach, which was my main thing. I loved the beach, which made that so much more stupid to me because they would want to go to the beach with me. And I'd be like, no, I don't want to go to the beach today, sorry. But when the crew wanted to go to the beach, hell motherfucking yes, let's go to the beach. Like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Eventually, they started to really get into the really bad shit, like the heavy ass bad shit. And I would find myself sitting back and observing more than I was talking, more than I was interacting with them, more than I was taking part in anything. And I would watch what they did. I would watch what they say. I would listen to them when they spoke. And I realized they are the problem. They're the reason why I would cry at night because my father doesn't want to talk to me. They were the reason why I would have no messages from all my best friends because I ruined my friendship thinking that these people were where my real friends were at, when really all they gave a fuck about was who they were going to fight, where they were going to fight them out, who they were going to rob, what person they thought they were going to go after. Like, that to me, that just, it blows my mind how blind I was, how blindly faithful I was to these people who did not give a fuck about me. My best friend that I have right now, I'm not going to say he or she, they know who they are. They watch my videos sometimes, and I'm hoping that after they watch this, they will message me and we can have a talk and things like that. But I honestly want to give credit to one person from that group, actually, who decided to leave earlier than I did, who realized the bullshit and the fuckery was way too much and it was bringing all of us down. And they removed themselves from that group earlier than I did. They were smarter than me and they realized what they were getting into and they didn't want any part of it anymore. And I really do credit this person and I look up to this person in the sense that they were able to see the bullshit before I was. And they would always have talks with me about like what they wanted more for themselves, what they wanted for their lives, and what they wanted to do in their future and all this bullshit. And I'm just like, why couldn't I have just stuck with that one person the entire time? And I pretty much did towards the end. Me and this person were inseparable for a very long time in the group. But why didn't I just follow this person's footsteps and just get the fuck out when they did? I feel like I'd have been so much more farther along in life if I would have just followed them when they left. But to this day, this person has shown me what a true best friend is. This person has been there for me during some really fucked up times. They've been there for me during like my happiest times. This person has shown me what a real best friend is, and I'm so thankful for anything. If I'm thankful for anything from that group, it is for introducing me to this person, and I'm so thankful to have their friendship day in and day out. So if you're watching, you know who you are. I fucking love you. I hope I see you soon. They have been nothing but a positive influence on my life from that moment on, and for that I am so eternally thankful. It wasn't until things got really bad that I realized I fucked up in what I had been doing. I fucked up by being friends with these people. I fucked up by co-signing their bullshit. I fucked up by not saying anything and not telling anybody and not reporting the shit. Like, I fucked up as a human being by not doing anything. And I realized that. And that's when I decided, you know what? I need to get the fuck out of this and just not look back on this ever again. And that's what I did. And I'm thankful to this day. I say this every time, and I said it earlier today. I am thankful that my family and my best friends, the ones who are there for me, even still, I am thankful they were able to look past my past indiscretions. I'm thankful they were able to look past what I had been involved in, what I just sat there and defended for so long, what I had given up my relationships for them for. Like, oh God, I get so mad at myself for this shit. I'm so glad they were able to see me as somebody who is truly trying to make a change in the person that I was and the person that I had become with these people. They looked past all of that. And they, to this day, love me unconditionally. As a matter of fact, one of them just Snapchatted me. And I'm so thankful that I have these people in my life and they were able to look past what I had done, what I had been involved in, and they no longer use it against me. They never did. That's the thing. They never used my past against me. My own father, who hated me for so long for the things I did, my own father, when I apologized to him and I went to him crying, I'm getting emotional here. When I went to my father and apologized to him for all the times I ignored him when he would just try to get a hold of me to hang out with me. And he would try to get me away from that group of people and try to make me realize what I was doing. I would ignore him and I would just sit there and just like be like, fuck this man. He doesn't understand what I'm going through, when all he wanted was for me to be a better person and get away from that shit. Like, I'm so mad at myself for all this bullshit that I did. And to this day, I still can't believe that this man who did all these things and tried so hard to make me realize the error of my ways, he has never used my past against me, ever. The last time we talked about what had happened and he brought it up and talked about it was the day I went to him and apologized and told him everything. And I am so thankful that my family is the way they are. I'm thankful that my friends are the way they are. I'm thankful for the people who I have in my life, and I'm thankful for the fact that I was able to realize what I had done and realize who I had surrounded myself with and what they were making me look like. And they gave me the opportunity to be a better person, to become a better person, and they never once threw that shit in my face after everything had been said and done and taken care of. Ever. And for that, I am eternally grateful. I need to get off camera for like 2 minutes and get this face mask off, and I need to dry my tears and just gather my composure and come back, so I'll be back in a couple of seconds. Alright, I'm back. I'm not an emotional mess. I'm back. My skin feels incredible. There is some redness. This happens to me no matter what mask I use. Obviously, I have some sort of like sensitive skin towards masks, but it is what it is. It doesn't hurt. It's just red for a couple minutes and it goes away. Not a big deal. But anyways, the reason I'm bringing this story up is because I believe this story has such relevance to what's going on right now with Rich Lux. And I wanted to mention Rich Lux very briefly because I wanted to let you guys know how I feel about what's going on, because some things have come up over the past few days that I wanted to shed light on and call my ass out for. Okay? A few videos ago, I uploaded a video titled, "If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem." And towards the end of that video, this is what I had to say about Rich Lux. And same for Rich Lux. I know you put up a busted ass video trying to say you're trying to stay out of all the bullshit. You can't stay out of it. Because everyone knows you and Karina Kaboom, that busted ass bitch sitting on her fucking high horse thinking she's above all this bullshit, both of you both of you are now co-signing John Cookian's bullshit. So now both of you can deal with the repercussions of your non-actions. You don't want to speak against it, baby. If you don't want to be part of the fucking solution, now you're part of the problem. The video clip you just watched, that video was uploaded to my channel a day or so after Rich uploaded his video, his first video on the matter, the video that he's being dragged for because he was wearing makeup and people were thinking, how is this genuine? You're wearing makeup. Listen, he explained everything to me. I'll get to that in a second. But he explained everything to me. And from what he was saying, and I believe him, he had planned to make an entirely different video, but he kept getting bombarded with all this negativity and all these people telling him what happened and all this crap he was getting. And he's like, I just broke down and started filming, and that was that. I didn't think about the makeup. I didn't think about anything else. I thought about putting the video up and just addressing everything. And he even said to me, he's like, a lot of the times when I speak, I feel like I don't get the right things out, or at least they don't make sense. And I understand that. Trust me, I talk very fast, and I feel like when I get on a subject I want to talk about, sometimes I kind of go different ways, and ultimately I end up being so far away from what I was originally saying. And that's how I feel like what he felt like he was doing, which is why he uploaded the second video, the Let's Talk video, which I'm gonna discuss right now. If you have been a long time subscriber of my channel over the past like year or so even, you guys know I've made maybe like 2 videos talking about Rich Lux directly and talking about things that he has talked about on his channel. And I look back on videos like this one. Like, to me, drama is companies doing shitty things, the owners of companies doing shitty things, influencers doing shitty things with shitty companies, and things of that nature. There's so much more that I consider to be drama, but those are the main things that I usually see here on YouTube. However, because there is literally nothing going on, these drama channels, in my opinion, have been reaching for any kind of content, to the point where they're literally making up bullshit videos just to put content up. If you look up on Google the exact definition of drama, it reads as such: an exciting, emotional, or unexpected series of events or set of circumstances. Here's just a couple examples of the recent videos that these drama channels have been uploading. Starting with Rich Lux. Manny MUA is addicted to gay sex. Drama! Please tell me how the fuck that is drama. Now let's go ahead and resort back to the definition of drama. An unexpected series of events or circumstances. Please tell me what is so unexpected about someone being addicted to good sex. So the fuck what if he's having sex? Why does that matter? Honestly, good for Manny. If the dick down is that good, shit, I would most definitely be addicted to the shit too. And obviously something had changed, because the video you have now up as far as the title was completely different. You literally had in the title, Manny MUA is addicted to gay sex. Now it says Manny spills the tea, and it says sex tape on a fucking picture. Like, what is wrong with you? Come on. Are you that thirsty for drama that isn't there, that you're gonna create drama for no reason? This would have been drama if Maybelline or Benefit had heard the podcast that he was talking about this shit on, and they would have dropped his ass as far as being an ambassador for both brands. But let's just talk about that quickly too. Do you know how much shit both Maybelline and Benefit would get if they dropped Manny just because he's talking about having gay sex? Like, that should not be a deciding factor on whether or not someone should be an ambassador or not. But because it's Manny MUA, you want to talk shit about him and make this a whole big deal when it's really literally nothing. I mean, I don't know you. I've never talked to you. I watch some of your videos because yes, you are entertaining, but someone needs to clock your fucking house and tell you to calm the fuck down about this shit. If you want to be a drama channel, at least report something that's actually happening that's important in the community. The only thing that had happened that I think should be illegal is the fact that this man blessed Manny's entire existence with good sex one night and never spoke to him again, as far as I know. Like, to me, that's heartbreaking. Fucking poor guy. And then when the Manny thing was over and done with, you went right to Nikki Tutorials and made a video about her wig falling off, saying it was drama. If you watched the Snapchat, or if you watched the video that he's talking about, the girl's wig was literally off on purpose. Like, it was loose, it wasn't tied down or anything on purpose. She was trying to make a bad joke, and she did. She was making a joke about snatching wigs. That's what was going on. But this turned into drama for some reason. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what's going on in your life that you're so desperate for any kind of material. But I promise you, if you do research like I do research every day, you will find something to talk about as far as drama. There are so many brands doing shitty things that people need to know about. And this one, Rich Lux made a video about the whole situation about people not getting their shit yet, but it's literally because it just fucking released. There are going to be longer waiting times with different releases. It's going to happen, and even Jeffree himself addressed the issue on Snapchat. But once again, these drama channels are desperate for anything, so they cling on to these little complaints about different companies. I didn't get my product now, I didn't get my product now. Honey, it just released, it's coming. I look back on those videos and I'm just like, how did you not see that what he was doing was literally the easiest form of sarcasm to notice? Like, I pride myself on being a sarcastic person, I really do, and I pride myself on having a pretty good sense of humor. I don't get offended by things too easily, I really don't. It takes a lot to offend me for anything. But I took especially that wig story that he did, like, how did I not see it was a joke? How did I not realize that? I took it so seriously and tore his ass apart. And I want to say, first of all, for that, Rich, I am so sorry that I was so naive and didn't realize that it was sarcasm when I am like the most sarcastic person you'll ever meet in your life. I couldn't even recognize sarcasm when it bit me in the fucking face. I'm happy to say that after people had called me out for it being a joke and been like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? I have been able to watch Rich's channel and take it for what it is at face value, which is just him being dramatic and funny, making a joke of things. And sometimes, yes, the situations are real and they are serious, but for the most part, he does it in a way that makes it lighthearted, so where it's not serious. He tries to make it funny so that people aren't all up in arms about it like other channels try to do. And that's how I've seen his channel this entire time, ever since that one video where I learned not to take things so fucking seriously. And I've been a subscriber of his for the past few months, ever since, like maybe a month or two after that video I uploaded. In the video that Rich was talking to me about in the email, the one where I call him out and Karina for being quiet about what had happened, I really did go hard on Rich. I really went in on him. And I wanted to first say that I'm sorry to Rich personally. I really did allow all those negative emotions to overcome and overtake what I was already feeling in the initial part of that video. I was feeling very annoyed, upset with YouTube for not taking action against JK and his actions. I was sad for Peter because of what had happened to him, and I let all those emotions build up. And eventually you can tell during the entire video, you start to see me go from being relatively calm to just going ape shit on Rich. And so to Rich, I want to say I'm sorry for that. You are not the one that anger should have been directed towards. And I apologize for letting that get to the best of me. And that's something that I need to work on, obviously. With maturity, that will happen. I understand that. But I did say all this to Rich also personally in a phone call. I'll talk to you guys about that in a minute. But I really am sorry for what I had said to Rich, and I really do believe Rich is making a change in who he is as a person, which is ultimately why I spoke about that story about myself, because I can look at the situation right now with Rich concerning JK and his past involvement in things, and I can take him for what he is saying and believe him, because I want to have that faith that he is trying to be a good person and trying to remove himself from toxic people like JK and KK. I truly believe he meant what he said in that video. So I emailed Rich back immediately and told him that I had seen his Let's Talk video. And obviously my viewpoints had changed from that video, because I really did think that with that video at least, he really did prove to me at least, I can't speak for everyone obviously, but to me, I saw what he had said in that video as him telling everybody, listen, I'm trying to change. I'm going to try to make things better. I'm going to try to do better. And I believe that. And he even went further and discussed the exact same thing he said in that video with me and told me, he's like, I really am trying as a person to become a better person. I'm trying to remove myself from the negative influences. I'm trying to become my own person and just focus on my channel and making my channel work and creating content that my subscribers want to see. They want me to do, you know what I mean? And I understand that. And I truly 100% deep down in my heart believe Rich meant everything he said in that video. I've been exactly where Rich is right now. I mean, obviously it wasn't publicized for the entire world to see on the internet, but I've been where he is now, worried about what's going to happen next, worried about what's going to be said about him next, worried about what people think about me. I've been there. I've experienced it, which is why I'm choosing not to judge him, because I have been exactly where he is. I have known what it's like to be that criticized by people because of the people you were involved with. I know what it's like. It fucking sucks when all you want to be is be seen as an individual after being a part of a group who is seen as a gang, pretty much. And that's all people choose to see about you when you want to be seen as an individual. But it's impossible to be seen that way when you for so long have been co-signing their bullshit and staying quiet and not saying shit against them. You are allowing the shit to happen. So I understand completely what he's going through, which is why it's so easy for me to forgive him, to understand him, to believe in what he is saying. I, in my heart of hearts, me being someone who obviously has not had the best judge of character for everybody, but I like to believe now as an adult with maturity under my belt, I've matured quite a bit since my teenage years, thank God. I'm able to look at this as an adult, as someone who has been there, like I said, with experience. I'm able to look at him and understand that I want him to do what's best for him. I want him to do what's best for his channel, for his subscribers, the subscribers who love him, who adore him. I was able to talk to him personally on the phone. We exchanged phone numbers, and I told him, you know, if you ever need someone to talk to, please don't hesitate to get a hold of me. And he did the same thing to me. He's like, if you ever want to talk, just let me know. Message me. And we have talked. And we actually talked for about a little over an hour on the phone on Friday night. And he told me everything, and he just put it all on the line. He didn't have to do that, but based off of what I've been told by him, I really do believe Rich is trying to be a better person. Really hope people can look past what has happened. People can look past his involvement in the past with JK. I'm hoping people can realize that he has said his piece. He has said and owned up to everything. He has done everything he needed to do that people asked him to do, but people are still going after him. And all I'm sitting here saying right now is this. I myself, like I said, truly believe that Rich is going to try to do better for himself. He's going to try to make a change for himself and become a better person and remove himself completely from the bullshit that he was involved in with those two. I know people are dragging him to filth for deleting past videos about Sanders Kennedy and Cookian and all this bullshit. Here's the thing, if I was trying to move forward with my life, and I've done this personally, I've cut so many physical pictures, photo albums, I've burned shit from past people that I've had in that group. I've done the same thing, so I can't judge him for that. I would never want to be known for that bullshit either if I've already tried to get past it, you know what I mean? Like, all that is a constant reminder of who I was in the past when who I am now is so different from who I was back then, you know what I mean? You can agree with me, you can disagree with me, that's fine. It is what it is. I may lose subscribers for believing these things, but that's just the way I feel. And I cannot sit here as someone who is trying to be as honest as humanly possible with you guys by exposing myself for being a shitty person in the past. I cannot sit here and deny him the opportunity and the shot at becoming a better person when I myself have been in his shoes and I know what it's like to be the person who is like, okay, I'm trying to change, just give me a shot. Let me show you with my actions and not just my words. Let me just be a better person and show you that I am not who you think I am. I am no longer that person. Let me show you who I am right now. And that's the reason why I really do feel that people should stop attacking Rich for a relationship that he had with these two shitty ass people who are going to pay for their actions sooner or later, hopefully sooner than later. I wish nothing but success for everybody, all the drama channels, including Peter and Rich, and I hope that all their channels will hit 100,000 or more in the new year. We all know that Rich and Peter actually hit 100,000 this past weekend, so round of applause for them. Okay, that was pretty cheesy. But I am so happy for them, and I love to see people, you know, reaching all these goals and succeeding, and it makes me happy to see, especially for Peter, with everything that's happened in the past few weeks. I'm so happy to see him, you know, trying to go back to normal and apply so many good lessons on his channels, and he's speaking out about them, and I really do hope you guys can take what I've said in this video and apply it to your lives in the new year and perhaps maybe fix a relationship that you've been on the fence about. Maybe you've been thinking about it heavily and you're not really sure which way to go. If this showed you anything, hopefully you take away with it something that can hopefully influence your decision either way. But whatever you guys decide to do, I mean, I hope you guys have an amazing new year. I love you guys so much. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys next year. Bye.
Because the whole of YouTube, I feel, was peaceful until Jeffree Star became a thing. Like, he can go and have his career, whatever you want to call it. It's probably nice for him to have something to do other than go to the STI clinic.